Today we're going to talk about a subject that needs to be discussed, and I've been thinking about it for a while, but had resisted making this video, but I think now is the time to do so, and that is the question of toilet paper, because toilet paper is the number one most difficult to find item right now. Even more difficult to find than hand sanitizer. And now I have found that in going to my local Dollar General and a local small grocery store, it's no problem to find bath soap, just, bar soap. And I bought a little bit more of that, even though I don't know how much we had. But I know we had a few bars of it at least, and but I bought some more of it, just plain old Ivory, because it's non-allergenic and so on, and it works, and it's also inexpensive. And the thing about that is, when you're at home, you can wash your hands with it, and of course you can take a bath with it, which is what it's designed for. But that helps to preserve your hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer to me is just something to use when I go out in public, when I don't have access to the ability to wash my hands at a sink. But anyway, so I've seen a lot of discussion on what to use if you run out of toilet paper, and some people are saying use leaves, and of course they're warning, I've seen several warnings not to use, be sure that you don't grab a handful of poison ivy or poison oak or poison sumac or whatever. That's nothing new. People joke about that all the time, even, in times when it's not necessarily hard to find toilet paper, but especially if they're talking about camping or something like that, where the need comes up suddenly and you don't have it available. But another thing that I've seen commented on is the use of a washcloth. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't plan on using a washcloth for that, because I don't want to have to be washing washcloths that have been used for that. Enough about that. So let's, I'm reading some things about toilet paper right now, and toilets in general. And something interesting I found on one site is that the terms latrine and lavatory both come from the Latin lavar or lavari, whatever. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it means to wash, and that's pertinent. Okay, and it says that. Oh, also, I read that the use of toilet paper did not come into favor in the United States until about 1900. And it was first introduced in the U.S. in 1857, but it was not popular. It started to catch on right around 1900, just a few years later. Before that, well, we won't go into all the things that they did, but I'm reading here that it says about 4 billion people currently don't use toilet paper, and that's over 70% of the world's population does not use toilet paper. And scrolling down a little bit on what I'm reading, it says in an average household, the average roll of toilet paper lasts approximately 5 days, and consumers use approximately 8 to 9 sheets of toilet paper per use. We use an average of 57 sheets a day. And I guess that's enough of that. the bottom line, no pun intended,
That's a bridge.
is that we got to come up with a way to get by without it if we don't have it, or to conserve what we do have. Enter the bidet, not, saying that you need to get one. It's kind of a little bit late right now if you don't have one to start looking into getting a bidet. But the thing is, if you've got a bidet, you don't necessarily need toilet paper. And that would be a good thing to have, I guess. But my contention at this point is that if you are out of toilet paper, or if you really feel a need to conserve what you do have, which is a good idea, you've got to take a shower anyway, every day. And if you're more or less regular, say, once a day, then you're having to stay home, you're not able to go to work, especially, then, if you're going to work, then hopefully they have toilet paper at work. So, I can just see lines of people at the restrooms at work, but it's probably happening. But this is mostly if you're bugging in and you're laid off, or your business is closed for the time being, for the duration of what's going on now, or whatever. So you're at home, you're not having to go anywhere. Then that makes it much easier to deal with not having toilet paper, or not having much toilet paper. So what I would do is I would work on getting it to where you can use that function of the bathroom in the same visit that you take your shower. And go ahead and do that, and use the minimum amount of toilet paper you can get by with, or maybe even none at all, and have your shower sitting there waiting, and go ahead and step into it when you get done. And I won't go into any more detail than that. You're all smart people, you can figure it out, I'm sure. But I'm just saying this to, that's getting kind of down to the nitty-gritty of it. But this is a message just to let you know you don't have to worry so much about it as some people seem to be, because it's not that big of a deal, and we can get through it. And it's going to be a limited time thing. Eventually this will pass too. So thanks for listening and watching.